Importing files and folders. The import command brings files that are already on your hard disk or other connected storage device in your project. The editing software lets you import many types of video, still images, and audio. You can import a single file, multiple files, or an entire folder. Import files with the media browser. The media browser makes it easy to browse to files and to find them by their types. Unlike the import dialog box, the media browser can be left open and docked like any other panel. Select Window and click on Media Browser. To open a folder recently opened, click the triangle in the Recent Directories menu and select the folder. In this list of hard drives and folders in the media browser, click the triangle next to the folder name to open them. To view only files of certain types, click on the triangle in the File of Type menu and select a file type. Select one or more files from the list of files. To select more than one file, Control and click the file names. Over here, we will select all supported files. Do one of the following: select File, Import from Browser, or right-click on the file in the media browser and select Import. The media browser imports a file into the project panel. Right-click the file in the media browser and select Open in Source Monitor. The media browser opens a file in the source monitor. Import files with the import commands. While you can import clips directly from file-based media connected to your computer, choose File. Import. You can select multiple files. To import a recently imported file, choose File. Import recent file. To import a folder of files, locate and select the folder. Locate and select the folder and click on Import Folder. The folder with its contact is added to the bin in the project panel. Create new sequence. In many cases, you want to create a sequence that matches the characteristics of the primary clips that you will be editing. You can create a sequence that matches the characteristics of the clip by dragging the clip to the New Item button at the bottom of the project panel. You can also create a sequence by using a sequence preset by keyboard shortcut Ctrl+N. The sequence presets included with Premiere Pro include the correct setting for common type of assets. For example, if you have a footage most commonly in DV format. For example, if you have footage mostly in DV format, use the DV sequence preset. If you plan to specify lower quality setting for output, don't change your sequence settings. Instead, change your export settings later. You can also open the Sequence Preset tab in the project panel. Click on New Item, then select Sequence. Select a preset from the available preset list. You can also type the name of the sequence and then click OK. Settings according to the clip. Drag a clip into the sequence. Premiere Pro detects if the attributes of the clip matches the sequence settings. If the attributes do not match, a clip mismatch warning dialog box launches. A clip mismatch warning dialog box launches with the message, "The clip does not match the sequence setting. Change sequence to match the clip setting." Choose Change Sequence Setting. Or, if you want to create a new sequence with attributes that matches the clip, choose Change Sequence Setting if you want to create a new sequence with attributes that match the clip. This technique is the one to do if you are creating a new sequence from scratch. If there are existing clips in the sequence, they will be confirmed. Fundamentals of timeline panels. Time ruler. Tick marks and numbers indicating the sequence time are displayed along the ruler and change according to the level of detail at which you view the sequence. By default, these tick marks and numbers are displayed on the timecode display style specified in the display format field of the new sequence dialog box. A single timeline panel appears in a frame in the lower central portion of the screen. Open any of its default workspace or create a project. You can remove all sequences from a timeline panel or add multiple sequences to it, each appearing as a tab within that timeline panel. You can show or hide items by selecting or deselecting them in the timeline panel menu. These items includes time ruler numbers and the work area bar. Navigate in a sequence. A timeline panel contains several controls for moving through the frames of a sequence. Current time display shows the time code for the current frame in a timeline panel. To move to a different time, click in the time display and enter a new time, or place the pointer over the display and drag left or right. You can change the display between time code and the simple frame count by clicking the current time in either a monitor or a timeline panel. Playhead indicates the current frame displayed in the program monitor. A vertical line extends from the playhead to the bottom of the time ruler. You can change the current time by dragging the playhead. Zoom scroll bar located at the bottom of the timeline. This bar corresponds with the visible area of the time ruler in the timeline. The source monitor and program monitor also have zoom scroll bars. You can drag the handles to change the width of the bar and change the scale of the time ruler. Expanding the bar to its maximum width reveals the entire duration of the time ruler. Contracting the bar zooms in for a more detailed view of the ruler. Expanding and contracting the bar is centered on the playhead. Work area bar specifies the area of the sequence that you want to render previews or to define a region you plan to export. The work area bar is located in the lower portion of the time ruler. You can drag the edges of the work area bar or use keyboard shortcuts to set the work area in a sequence. When the work area bar is enabled, commands for render effects in the work area and render entire work area are available in the sequence menu. Work with tracks. The video and audio tracks in a timeline panel are where you arrange clips, edit them, and add special effects. You can add or remove tracks as needed, rename them, and determine which to affect by a procedure. Add tracks. New video tracks appear above existing video tracks, and new audio tracks appear below existing audio track. Deleting a track removes all clip in the track but does not affect source clips listed in the project panel. With the timeline panel active, right-click, choose Sequence, Add Tracks. In the Add Tracks dialog box, to add tracks, type the number of tracks you want to add in the Add field for video, audio, and audio submix tracks. To specify the placement of added tracks, choose an option from the placement menu. To specify the type of audio or submix track you want to add, choose an option from the track type menu for audio and audio submix tracks. Delete tracks. You can delete one or more tracks at a time, whether video or audio. With the timeline panel active, choose Sequence, Delete Tracks. In the Delete Tracks dialog box, check the box for each type of track you want to delete. For each checked item, specify which track you want to delete in its menu. Rename a track. Right-click the track's name and choose Rename. Type a new name for the track and press Enter. Prevent changes with track lock. Locking an entire track is useful for preventing changes to any clips on that track while you work on other parts of sequence. In a timeline panel, a pattern of slashes appears over a locked track. Although clips in a locked track cannot be modified in any way, they are included when you preview or export the sequence. If you want to lock both a video track and a track with corresponding audio, lock each track separately. When you lock a target track, it is no longer the target. Source clips cannot be added to the track until you unlock it and target it again. Exclude tracks in a sequence. You can exclude video or audio clips in any track. From previews and export, clips in excluded video tracks appear as black video in the program monitor and in output files. Clips in excluded audio tracks are not output to the audio mixer, to the speakers or to output files. Click to hide the eye icon for video or the speaker icon for audio at the left edge of the track. You can expand a track to display track controls. Increase the height of a track to better see icons and keyframes or to display larger views of video track thumbnails and audio track waveforms. To expand or collapse a track, click the triangle to the left of the track name. Position the pointer in the track header area between two tracks so that the height adjustment icon appears, and then drag up or down to resize the track below for video or the track above for audio. Set the display style of the video track. Expand the track by clicking the triangle next to the track name. Click the Set Display Style button at the left corner below the track name and choose an option from the menu. Show Head Only displays a thumbnail image at the beginning of the clip in the expanded track. Show Frames displays the thumbnail image along the entire duration of the clips in the expanded track. The number of thumbnail frames corresponds to the time units displayed in the time ruler. Show Name Only displays the name of clips in the expanded track without thumbnail images. Show Head and Tail displays a thumbnail image at the beginning and the end of clips in the expanded track. Set the display style of the audio track. Expand the track by clicking the triangle next to the track name. Click the Set Display Style button and choose an option from the menu. Show Waveform displays audio waveform in clips. Show Name Only displays the name of audio clips without waveform.